Did you ever wonder where butter comes from? It didn't come from a butter tree, that's for sure. So butter actually has been around for about 4,000 years. It originated in the Middle East, and probably goat's milk, and they would actually put the goat's milk in like a goat's skin, and it would slosh around, and they noticed that it would solidify. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take some whipping cream, which is the top layer of milk. If you were to allow milk to settle from a cow, the cream would rise to the top, and they scoop it off, and that becomes the cream. Now, your parents have probably bought whipping cream before, and they whip it up to make that big fluffy white stuff that maybe you put on tops of pies or desserts. And what's happening is the fat molecules are separating, and air is incorporated in them, and they become big and fluffy. But if you keep whipping it and shaking it, that air comes out and the molecules become tighter together, forming butter. So you can try this at home. I'm wearing the hat today because maybe in colonial times, and this is what children might do for chores, is make the butter for the day. So maybe you can put on a hat or a bandana and pretend that you're a colonial child. So I've got my canning jar here. Any container will work. You could use a Tupperware container or something. And I'm going to pour in, I don't know, about 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup of the whipping cream. Now this whipping cream is actually called pasteurized cream also, which means that it's been heated to a low temperature, 200 and some, to get rid of some of the bacteria and help extend the shelf life. They probably didn't do that back in the Middle East 4,000 years ago. So I'm going to put the lid on, and then the fun begins. I'm going to start shaking. Just shake, shake, shake. So it's all about the wrist action here. So after 5 minutes of vigorous shaking, take off the lid, and what you're seeing now, that is buttermilk. And actually you can use that to for cooking. And what's left is our butter. Check it out. So it's not quite the same as the butter you probably are used to and buy in the store. If you notice, this is salted. So you can buy salted and unsalted butter, and I didn't put any salt in this. You could add just a pinch of salt if you wanted to. And then maybe you could make some biscuits or some homemade bread at home. And then take some of your butter and butter your biscuits. Yum. Look at that. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner in the colonial times.